course, with the orange engine block and the pink and then the yellow spark plug wires, I was kind of going for visual overload there. So
it's just so 70s.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just out there.
I love it. I love it.
We were here last year with Nathan, and he was telling us about some of his upcoming builds, what's on his bench.
My goal is I want to do a separate 70 Mopar model for each color. So right now I have a pink 70 Super B. I have a 70. Yeah.
Is that Panther pink? It's such a killer color.
Yeah, it's Panther pink. I know I talked a lot about last year about all the crazy colors from the 70s, but that was a color I just had to have in my collection, as well as the car. I'm a big fan of the 70 Super B. The really unique out there styling, so between the color and the car, it just kind of all came together. That was the one to do.
I see a classic big block.
Yep, it's the 446 back. And a lot of these scale models, they'll come with Hemis, but I wanted to do something different, and I think that's one of the more underrated Mopar engines. That and the Hemi are kind of the kings of the hill, so I wanted to diversify a little bit. Can't have all my Mopars as Hemis, so I decided to do that. I just added some basic plug wires, heater hoses, just enough detail to please the eye and make it pop.
Yeah, good texture, decals too, you've got those in there.
Yeah, that's all out of the kit, so nothing too crazy.
And the hood scoop is the classic.
So that's called a pitchfork hood, or that's the term that Mopar guys use for it. That's a resin hood from Hearts Parts Resin out west. He makes a lot of good resin Mopar stuff. That hood to me was essential to the look of the car, so that had to be on it.
The paint you used?
So all three of these are just Model Master lacquers with lacquer clear on top, and then I'll usually start with 3,000, work up to 12,000 to smooth them out, and then polish them out from there. And it gives a good smooth finish for when the cars are on the shelf and being displayed. The Camaro is Phoenician yellow, which is a Ford color, but it matches the butternut yellow for GM.
That's butternut.
Yeah, it's close enough, right? It's a pale yellow. So GM's butternut yellow, I know I talked before how I love specific colors and then I pick a car I want to do it on. And to me, there's nothing more classic GM than a 67 RS SS Camaro. So I combined the Nicky release with the non-RS car just to make a stock 67 RS SS with the deluxe interior and the L78 big block. I love the way it has the pinstripe along the side and the stripe up front for the nose. It just accents that light classic color really well.
It's so perfect for that era. And I think 67s, 68s, and even 69s are a great canvas because of the amount of options.
Absolutely.
That you have to choose from. I mean, think of just even the stripe options that were available. Fill your shelf with all these variations.
And that's what I love when I sit down to build one of these. I look up a lot of dealership material from back then and I say, what options do I want to have? What color? What was available back then? And it's kind of like I'm ordering a car from new, only, I'm doing it in scale.
You're going down and checking the boxes.
That's nice. Kind of how I treat it,
Very good. Good strategy for the build. I'm noticing all three of these cars, and this is something that I like personally. No vinyl tops. I'm not really big on vinyl. I love this look.
I'm not either. I like the clean look. I might do one in the future just for the period look, but I think it really breaks up the lines of the car in my opinion. I think they flow a lot better without the vinyl tops. I also like when I display a model on the shelf or on the table, seeing the shine off the roof and the trunk lid. That's kind of a big thing of quality for me. I like the full color instead of having it broken up.
I understand completely.
Yeah.
Is that a 409?
Yep, 62 Impala SS 409. I actually came here last year and someone did a beautiful build of this kit that inspired me to build this. And that's one of the great things about these shows is obviously everyone knows that you draw inspiration from other people, their projects and what they have on their bench. So I had this kit. I've loved the 62 Impala. It's one of my favorite years. It's hard to pick a favorite year of the Impala, but 62 just to me has some attitude, and with the dog just style hubcaps, to me it was like a factory, not a factory race car, but it was really built for performance. And I just love the lines of it, the chrome stripe, chrome accents down the side, and obviously the taillights. So I built this one box stock just to do something different. I watched a lot of James Tester's stuff and how he loves to do his models box stock because he really values maximizing what you can do with the parts that are in the box. And so that's kind of what I did with this one, just to try something different. And I had a lot of fun with it.
On this car in particular, being a red interior with a red exterior, you have a great balance of gloss and matte finish, especially, you accept the gloss on the outside, but on the interior, they're just subtle differences. Did you use an additive to the red paint to make it matte finish?
It's actually the same, almost the same color. The inside has a matte finish, the outside has obviously the gloss clear, but it's funny, the base color is the same, but with the matte overtone and the gloss, it looks like a different color, a different shade. And my favorite color is red, so I love the red-red color combination. That really popped into my head with this, with the red steel wheels. I went all in on the red.
Chrome foil?
Yep, bare metal foil. The bare metal foil and the antennas are what I really like to do for detail. It's hard to replicate the trim and scale better than bare metal foil, and the antenna just gives it a little more realism than if it didn't. I think it's just a nice touch.
Absolutely, because I mean, some of these cars were radio delete. You know, it's that little bit of trim. Do you anchor your antennas with glue? Because you're bringing them to shows. Do you take them off, or are they just...
They're on there, so I'll drill into the body, and the antenna is pressed into the body and glued in from the bottom. And then I scratch built these bases. I slide them over the top and glue them down. So they're pretty sturdy. I mean, obviously you don't really want to touch them. If anything were to break when transporting these, it would definitely be those. I think it's worth it. I haven't broken one yet, fingers crossed.
There you
go. There's that.
That's truly the test. And the reason you glue it from the bottom and not put a dab of glue on the top and put it in.
So it's sturdy. I feel like if it's fastened from the bottom, it's less likely to move. I kind of sandwich it, right? So I have the glue on the bottom and then the base slides over the top. It's almost like it's clamping the body so that it won't move when it's, because I mean, you can touch these and they won't, they're not going anywhere, barring an accidental tragedy.
What's next?
I have some supercar kits that I'm building, the Tamiya 4 GT. I'm trying out all the carbon fiber decals, kind of venturing to that side of the hobby. And then I got a lot of more factory stock stuff in my arsenal. I want to do a 70 Torino Twister Special, whatever calls my name. It's I'll open the paint cabinet and see, what color do I want to throw in a car today.
So step one is really getting inspired by the paint color.
Definitely, for me, yeah. I have, my display case is all full of colors, and I still have ones that I want to check off so that they all, I have the whole color palette in the display case.
So the Twister cars were one color, right?
Yep, they're Calypso Coral, which is almost like an equivalent of Hugger Orange GM. It was close enough, right? So that's what I'm going to use on my Twister Special. I have a set of Fireball Model Works steel Ford wheels that came on them. So it'll be a nice what I like to do, the factory stock stuff.
I can't wait to see that. In real life, I've never seen a Twister Torino. They're rare.
Yeah, they're super rare. Again, another uniquely styled car with all those graphics is something I really want for my collection. I'm all about the eyeball, the way the stripes bounce off the color, the visual curb appeal that I can fit on a 25th scale model.
Man, you capture the era so well. Thank you very much.
All right, next is Shelf Bottle Street Legal by Dwayne Benoit. Second place, 62 Impala SS by Nathan Walker.